Football fans, politicians and authorities in the UK have condemned the policing of Liverpool's Champions League final in Paris. Chaotic scenes outside the stadium resulted in violent clashes with French riot police firing tear gas at fans. People at the game described how elderly fans and children were caught up as police tried to control the crowds.
Sunday morning in the Gare du Nord, and so ends another Liverpool adventure. But the postcard from Paris doesn't read well.
It was the worst experience of my life. It was absolutely horrible. Absolute disgrace.
It's shambolic. It seems to me that the people who should be organising this are probably sat in a corporate lounge with their other corporate friends, with the other 60,000 people who've got corporate tickets, and the 20,000 have actually spent hard-earned money to get there are the ones that are just left outside to their own devices.
No problem. No one was pushing, no one was shoving, and the police and the gates were closed.
You know what I mean? Next minute, the police were tear gassing children, people in wheelchairs even got tear gassed. It was lucky enough I was in early, but I watched it all, and it was just heavy-handed, throwing people to the floor. It was horrendous.
On Saturday night, this was 2 hours before kick-off.
Let me see your ticket, please.
Fans complained of crushing as they were held back by a police line. The crowd was eventually allowed to proceed, but chaotic scenes continued closer to the ground. This was how it looked on the stadium concourse. There was a robust police operation in riot gear to prevent unauthorised entry, using pepper spray and tear gas. UEFA said thousands of people had turned up with fake tickets. Caught in the middle of it all were Liverpool fans, made to queue until half-time to get in. There was no single factor behind the events at the Stade de France, but many Liverpool fans have questioned the role in this affair of local people who'd gathered in numbers around the stadium and who they say were in the Liverpool end during the match. The game itself saw victory for Real Madrid, Junior scoring the only goal in 59 minutes to win a 14th Champions League trophy for the Spanish champions. Inside the defeated dressing room, thoughts quickly turned to events outside.
It's not been well organised. You know, you have to have some sympathy because obviously it's been kind of thrown on Paris kind of last minute with all that's went on. As a UEFA competition, as the biggest game in world football, it should be organised a lot better, and delays like that shouldn't be happening. And definitely the force that was used probably tonight by certain authorities shouldn't be happening either.
It wasn't just at the stadium where supporters endured a torrid night. This was the scene at a fan park in the centre of town, where Liverpool fans had gathered and found themselves targeted by tear gas as police cleared the area. As Liverpool fans head home, their club has called for a formal investigation into the events of Saturday night. But for too many in this travelling support, lessons learned will be too late. Back in Liverpool, an open-top bus parade to lighten the mood. This team has made memories this season and won't forget the highs, even if the lows hang heavy. They can always hail trophy success in England. Sadly, they'll always have Paris. James Matthews, Sky News, in Paris.